Right, hello and welcome to the Prom 9. Today's subject of a teardown is a camera module from an old Sony Ericsson. When I say old, it's what would have been a few years ago these came out, back in the days when we were back in school, so yeah, it'd be quite a few years ago. I've already desoldered the grounding chassis from it. Here it is. That goes on the back circuit board. That goes over the lens like that. I'm not going to clip it on, but it's a bit of a pain to get off. And as an example for comparison from a different phone, if we tip out my CCD bag, we have another module which, if you look at it, if I can pick it up, you will notice there's quite a few design similarities. For example, the big custom chip, followed by, if you turn it over, a footprint mostly taken up by the BGA CCD chip itself. This one is most certainly BGA. If you look carefully under there, you can see the ball grid arrays reflecting, and yes, you can see them on the camera. You'll probably have to be watching in HD. So if we just move the general flip, I just sent a load of flinging everywhere. Great. So I'll just sling all those back in the bag. I'm going to keep this one out because it makes a nice comparison. And this has got one of those, what I like to call bastard screws, or officially Torx drivers. Well, I don't have anything that's small enough to do that. However, I do have these. This is off the one which had the proper shutter mechanism, actually had some proper mechanisms behind it. Shame it didn't have the quality to go with it, and that was often the case with mobile phones up until I think iPhone 4. Before that, every phone had shitty cameras. You know, they actually have quite reasonable compact cameras right now, and I'm delaying while I look for a screwdriver to prise this off, and I've just found one. Because we're going to do some brute force tactics here, because I cannot be bothered to struggle with that stupid screw. So, with a little bit of magic, oh, there we go. I heard something snap. That's a good sign. Yeah, it's not what I want to smack, it's a bloody coil which controls it, not the casing. So, hang on. Oh, God's sake, this always happens. This is why you should plan, folks, and not follow my example. There we go. When in doubt, just brute force it. Jesus, bloody hell, what they holding this in with? Shmen. Well, they aren't holding it in with anything now. So now that we've removed our villainous screw, we can remove this mechanism to reveal probably what will be the more interesting part of it under the shutter, the optics, which actually look kind of nice. This thing also has a full autofocus, which is quite a surprise, to be honest, with this sort of technology. And here's our shutter mechanism, just a two-piece pole. And if I haven't completely destroyed it, we're going to see if it still works, so bear with me. No. Nah, I killed it. Oh well. Such is life. I get it, I'll still focus. So let's get rid of this bit which is glued on. That's brilliant. So this has no choice but brute force. Gotta love this stuff they use. They don't think about us who pull things to bits at all. In fact, what I'm doing here is exactly what they hate, the manufacturers. According to them, we should never open stuff up and figure out how it works. Okay, bear with me, I'm going to crack this open. With a bit more brute force, we now have the focusing optics, which has this little springy thing, magnets, and of course, a nice lens coil, which we can remove and put this in our coil, because what it does is magnets engage, goes in and out. Standard good old magnetism. If you haven't played with electromagnets, change that. And of course, goes to these terminals back here. And once again, it looks like we have the same sort of design to the CCD, only the CCD is somewhat better. And it looks like it's printed on its own little mini circuit board. Really? Ah, I thought we were running out of room then. That would very much annoy me. So if we get our screwdriver, we pull off what's left. Bear with me, I need to do some more. Okay, so after a bit of resourcefulness and brute force, you can see the chip, and if we get our little thing, this will probably be the driver section of the chip, and this is of course is the pickup array. On the back though, sadly all nasty custom stuff. Can't really tell you much about what that does other than controlling and power regulation and a few resistor networks here. This will be the main grunt of it, and these will probably be power regulation or some sort of minor task as that, as well as coil drivers for things like this, the focus and the shutter mechanism, because it's about the only phone I know of to ever have had a proper shutter. But for now, thanks for watching. Another CCD for the CCD bag, and so on and so forth. Thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting. Oh, this thing's full. Nope, I killed it. Oh, it'll probably help if we turn the output on, wouldn't it? There we go.